Before we get started with today's show, we have to address something. You just heard ads, which is not something you are used to hearing on our show. Through a turn of events that we got into on the latest GMT, we have moved from Podbean, and we have been welcomed with open arms from the lovely people at Spreaker. As part of our partnership with them, we are going to be running ads, and we are trying to make them as non-intrusive as possible. There is going to be one ad in every episode that's in the middle somewhere, and we're trying to pick places where they won't interrupt things. If that is jarring for you, I am very sorry. We did it so that we can keep the lights on and we can continue to grow the podcast and do new things. With all that being said, we have a much more reliable feed. There are fewer load times, and those of you who were having trouble accessing the show should find there is no trouble now. And I think we all can agree a couple of ads are more than fine if that's the trade-off. That being said, thank you all so much. If you have any questions, please email us at dandrpodcast@gmail.com. Arc 3, Episode 3 of the DNR Podcast is brought today by you lovely folks at patreon.com/DANDR. We are currently in a flurry posting all kinds of stuff after Dragon Con and brand new things that we're giving a shot in our Patreon feed. You guys have been instrumental in keeping this show growing and prosperous for so many years, and we can't thank you guys enough. Visit patreon.com/DANDR Podcast to get tons of extra content. Let's do that thing where we go around the table and introduce ourselves. I'm Jason. I'm the Dungeon Master. Going around the table, starting with Jasper.
Hello, I'm Jasper. I play Marrek, Ethelred, Human Cleric.
And Lisa.
Hey, I'm Lisa, and I play Eliwrath Beastinger, the Halfling Barbarian.
And Ryan.
Hey, I'm Ryan. I play Variis Alder, the Half-Elf Monk.
And Bree.
Hello, I'm Brianna Marie, and I play Klara Dale, the Half-Drow Fighter.
And Zach.
What's up? My name is Zach, and I play Avalan Bates, the Human Fighter.
And Mandy.
Hi guys, it's Mandy, and I play Iris Hawker, the Human Cleric.
And we're keeping things smooth today. I'm just going to talk like this the entire time. Keeping
Smooth
it calm.
jazz.
This is D&D NPR. DNR. Coming in.
The last time we sat down to play was months ago. And you are getting ready to start a brand new adventure here. And I'm going to be asking you a series of questions, and there's all kinds of stuff that you probably haven't thought of until now. But, well, you got to set up your ship. You have a crew. You have people working under you, and their life is in your hands, and vice versa. Because they're going to look to you to lead them. You have an able-bodied crew here, make no mistake. If you remember, you guys rolled some dice to see about the integrity of your ship and its construction and the crew itself and how able-bodied and ready they are to deal with problems. But at the end of the day, it's all up to you guys. Now, before we set foot on the ship here, really quickly, how is everyone feeling kicking off? You started sailing away from Umanhiro. You got the wide open ocean in front of you. How is everyone feeling? How is everyone? Are we are we excited to get away? Are we? I guess my question would be, I know that there were some, let's call them conflicts in Umanhiro, some challenges, some murders. But this is a chance for a fresh start. What's everyone looking forward to most with this new opportunity?
Wait, you mean character-wise, right?
Yeah.
Avalan's just eager to get away, just set off. It's like, it's a bad... Uminero just is a bad memory he wants to get away from.
Do you think that, is this something Avalan looks at as a fresh start, or is it just, I need to get as far away from Uminero as possible?
I need to get as far away from this place as possible.
Gotcha. What about Eliwrath?
She's probably feeling like a combination of things because, like, she grew up by the sea. So on one hand, she's, like, very excited, like, yes, the ocean is my thing. But then on the other hand, she's like, I am going to punch or hit so many people in the face with my flail. It'll be great.
Not on the ship, right?
No promises. If they start it, she will
mouthy?
finish it. Yeah. Yeah. If they get some wild idea to tie her to the front of the ship and act as like a masthead, she will hit them.
Oh my god, that's a terrible crew. Like, I feel like that would be a much lower roll.
But yes, she's just excited because, like, this is a new quest and she wants to have a story to take back with her and also punch you in the face.
Well, I'm sure you'll get plenty of opportunity to do both.
Yes.
What about Variis?
Oh, Variis is super excited to go out on this. This is probably the first time that he's felt comfortable outside of the city because of living on the docks of Brightport. Being around boats is something that he's done his entire life. So this is probably the first kind of hybrid of leaving the city, but yet still knowing and being comfortable. So I would say this is a completely different mindset.
Gotcha. What about Iris?
Iris she didn't really expect for us to just, when she joined the group to be going, oh, we're going to be sailing away. But she's excited for it. She feels like it's, an adventure. She's going to experience new things, and that excites her. And also, it'll give her more opportunities to spread the word of her god. So she's pretty all for this. And she also has, they're going to be on the open sea for who knows how long. So she has a whole bunch of people to talk to, and that's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, man.
That's amazing. You're all trapped with me, so accept my lord.
Exactly.
Oh man, you're just like one of those MLM people that hits up their high school friends on Facebook.
Hey, whatever works, man.
Marrek.
Marrek's conflicted. I think he's got a bunch of different emotions inside, so I don't know. I'm excited because there's like a new potential of everything. Like, this is like a focal point, and everything is new from this point forward. But also, I think anxious about making sure that this kind of goes to plan, actually works, so that it's not a complete disaster. But honestly, I think he feels bad about a lot of things right now, and I don't know. I think he's going to have to take a little bit of time to figure out how to sort of settle all this out. Like, he wasn't really being very truthful with Variis, and he feels really bad about that. He didn't mean to hurt, but he did. And then everything with Avalan as well. Like, there's just way too many things happening for him, but he's sorting it out.
And finally, Klara.
I feel like Klara, after everything that happened with Avalan and the teeny bit of murder that he was doing, is very into the idea of compartmentalizing right now, where it's like, okay, that happened, but that happened there. Now we're going to go do this new thing, and I'm going to do it the best I can. And she has a very strong drive to succeed / win and beat the Royals right now. So she's going to try to do her best just to focus on the mission.
Well, we all know what the end goal is, the destination. You guys are going to Cod'ai. Getting there is going to be a trek. We'll talk about the actual route really soon. But first, well, you have 15 crew members working underneath of you. Now, a lot of these people are specialists. They have they have a specific set of expertise that they're bringing. And you're going to notice that all of these people are bustling around, like rushing around. They're busy either below deck strapping things down, or they were loading things to the ship when you guys got on. There's a lot of activity. It was probably a tiny bit overwhelming to be on this side of it. For someone, let's say someone like Eliwrath or Variis, who have probably watched 1,000 ships prepare for a voyage, to be on this side of it, where you are not only the one preparing, but you're hiring these people. You're in charge of them. That's got to be kind of crazy. Like that's got to be neat.
It's weird. I feel like, I don't know. I think if Eliwrath kind of sees like a similar expression on Variis' face, I feel like she'll probably try to talk to him about it. Just be like, oh god, I gotta get her. Oh, it's been so long since I've had to do her voice. Sorry. I'm so used to doing Martha that I'm like, hang on. So yeah, she'd probably just like go up to him and she'd be like, did you grow up around this too? Isn't it neat?
Oh, yes. I mean, so I've never been on this side though. I've been one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, you. Oh. So, how many of these did you load?
No, I just like watched them. So like I've never done any of this. I'm just saying like I've never like gotten to be a part of this, and I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was doing the work that they're doing.
I'm sorry.
It's not fun. I like this better.
I mean, you're just moving boxes, though. It's like
still not fun. I mean, here we can say, no, don't put that there.
Though.
Put that over there.
That's boring. You try climbing on top of it while they're trying to load it, because that's kind of fun, but they get real mad.
Oh. That's not something that you should do.
Oh, I know. I just did it one time. I couldn't help it. I was like, look,
okay.
I'm little.
No, why don't we go over here then? And Variis will just like move you to the other side of the boat where they're not really doing anything.
Aw. But what if they need help? I can help them.
Oh, they got this. We paid them to do it, right?
Ew, that's weird. Yeah, I guess. She'll just grumble a little at you, like, should never said anything. You took away my fun.
So, during the course of the day here, into the night, I would say, this is a bit of a weird situation for this crew, because they're very much used to either working with traders or fishermen or whatever, and they're hired hands. Someone walks on, starts barking orders, all that stuff. This crew has ended up keeping an eye on the party all day long. So it's the 11th of Altaorn. It is in the evening now. And the moon is out. It's beautiful, kind of reflecting off the water. The crew is going to start calling you, not by name, but by the position they think you have. They're judging off of a few things. One, how comfortable you seem to be, what role you're naturally gravitating to. They're just going to prejudge you, I guess. And I would advise that you just kind of roll with it.
Okay.
So, going down the list, there are 6 positions we need to fill, and there are 6 of you, so this works out great. They're going to identify Eliwrath as the captain.
Yep.
Accurate.
True.
And the captain is in charge of issuing orders, just facilitating, making sure that everyone's doing their job. The buck stops with the captain. So if if an order needs to be issued, or if something needs to be overseen, that is the captain. That is on you. They're going to recognize Avalan as the first mate. The first mate is in charge of crew morale. The first mate is a people person. Just a real, just a man of the people. So they're going to identify Avalan as just that.
Oh.
The bosun.
Yes.
This position is all about taking care of the ship. Basically, you're Kaylee from Firefly. And they're going to identify Klara as that. So, Klara's going to be in charge of ship repair and maintenance, and basically, if something needs to be taken care of, it's all on Klara in terms of making sure this vessel stays afloat.
She's the only one here who's never even seen a boat until now. She lived underground.
Well, okay, look.
Wait, sorry, you cut out at exactly the wrong time. What's the official title?
A bosun.
Bosun, okay.
Yes. The quartermaster. So, it's important to have the ship in the water. It's important to make sure it stays afloat. It's important to keep an eye on the crew. But you need to have someone in charge of where the hell you're going and how to get there. The quartermaster is the ship's navigator. And they're going to identify Variis as that person. Like that, you're in charge of maps, you're in charge of navigation, how to get from point A to point B, the most efficient way. If things change on the fly, they're going to look to the captain, and the captain's going to look to the quartermaster.
Perfect.
The ship's surgeon, or doctor. They're looking at Iris for the position. Iris looks to be a woman of the cloth, a healer, a little creepy, but still, it's that you're the one signing checks. So look. Despite the boob window, well, it's a balance. You get the boob window, which is great, but you also look like a vampire queen. I'm just saying.
I mean, I kind of love that.
And finally, you all knew it was coming. The ship's cook.
Yes.
This responsibility falls to Marrek. Now, everyone's got to eat. And a lot of times, the only downtime everyone gets is meals. The quality of your life is judged on two things. Basically, are you still alive? And two, have you had a nice home-cooked warm meal? Those 3 squares a day are what keep these people from revolting, basically. So the journey ahead of you guys could be terrible weather, terrible. I mean, you could get rats or bugs. You could get the wind might not cooperate with you. You might run into pirates or sea creatures. You don't know. But that home-cooked meal is the closest thing they have to creature comfort. So that's a big thing in terms of morale and keeping people from turning against you. And I've said that twice now because that's something you guys are going to have to keep an eye on, is the crew's morale. Everyone starts off this journey like they're fresh, they're wide-eyed, they're ready to go. But, 10, 11, 12 days in, it might not be looking so pretty. And you might have to, promise the crew some things or charm them or entertain them or maybe even lie to them. Who knows? But we'll see.
Sorry, I don't remember it. Do we know how long roughly it takes to get to Cod'ai?
Well, I think we should speak to the ship's quartermaster here. We should speak to Variis. So,
Eliwrath would not fight her title, BT dubs. She's like, just letting you know.
What would be everyone's reactions to the crew just walking up to them and starting to? Because you could tell like they had a powwow behind the scenes. It's like I don't know. No one's told us anything. You know what? That one looks like a captain. This one looks like a cook. But I've seen that guy in the kitchen twice. It's only been 6 hours. Like.
Avalan would have confusion because he's not a boat person. He was mainly in the like woods or forest type area, so boats aren't really his thing. So he doesn't know what a first mate does. So he's going to learn as we go.
That's fair.
I think Variis being given a role, it's like an extra level of excitement, and he would just immediately run over to the room that he's supposed to be in, start pulling out maps, laying them on the table.
And I know nothing about sea charts and maps, but I imagine you got one of those floaty compasses going on or something akin to that, or You got what do you got? What do you got? One of those sextons? You got some of that? You got some sexton?
Oh yeah, and
going on?
I will clarify right now. Ryan knows nothing about boats. Absolutely nothing. So if you want boat speech, that you're not going to get it.
I think everyone right off the bat, you called it a boat. I know someone's going to email and it's like, it's a ship. It's like, okay, look, we're trying.
I don't.
I've never set foot on a ship in my life.
Translation: boat speech. Yep, that's
Boat
it.
speech. Yeah. What about Klara?
I feel like Klara, like when they first took off, was, she's one of those people that was probably standing at the very top of the boat, just staring up at the sky, like holy shit. And like I said, she's actually never even seen a boat before or the ocean until now. So when they start referring to her as a boatress, but.
A boatress!
Wait, 1 second. I gotta reread it.
That is a female
bosun.
boat, yes.
A bosun. Sorry, I got it. It's like a bison, but like for boats. Bosun.
Yes.
I had it written down. I was just tabbed away. She is legitimately not going to know what that is. And she might seek out, like, probably Variis. Like, she knows that Variis grew up in Brightport, and she knows that's a port city, so she would probably approach him and be like, hey, what's a bosun? They all think I'm a bosun.
You're gonna fix this stuff.
Wait, what
Just
stuff?
everything you see, just fix it. If the boat falls apart, it's on you.
Oh.
No pressure.
Jeez.
And I think with that, she's gonna like put up her hand and be like, okay, take a deep breath. I'm gonna go look for a book about boats. And she's just gonna like, legit, she's just gonna go around and look for a book that may or may not have information about boats in it.
As you start to
Can you
walk
find
away,
one?
as you start to walk away, he would just like kind of like reach up his hand. You might want to carry a hammer on you at all times. just saying.
Okay, I do know hammers. I'll look for one of those too.
Okay.
Jason, can I find a book about boats so that maybe I can get some knowledge about boats?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. The book selection here at sea is bad.
But like, if you were to find a book on a boat, it would probably be about boats.
I don't think so. Do you
That's
think
my
you're going to
argument.
find a book on car repair in your car unless you put it there?
I mean, most cars
the
come
book-
with a book about car repair for that car.
They come with a manual.
Well, where's the manual? Can I roll for it?
You know what? Okay, let's see if the glittering prize came with a user's manual. Give me a flat D20. On a 17 or
20.
higher, there is a...
That's so high.
I mean...
Can I get advantage if I look really hard? No, I'm joking. Let's go.
Don't forget to look for the blinker fluid.
the blinker fluid. You need a left-handed smoke shifter.
Oh.
Fucking 18, motherfuckers.
That's delicious.
Oh, man.
So...
I found the boat book.
You're gonna find a boat book. You're gonna find a book about this ship's construction, like how it was. Like the previous owner, might have had to sell this because of some bad times or something like this, or just maybe never needed it again. This ship, is about 45 years old. So it's a slightly older ship, but man, it is built to last in some capacity. Because I'll be honest, while reading this, you get the feeling that the person who wrote this book is the same person who probably worked on a lot of this ship, and they had a lot of confidence in their ability. But if you look at your ship's integrity, which is a 3, that essentially breaks down to the ship's hit points, its construction. It's, don't get hit, is what I would say. So, it does have No, not 3 hit points. I need to clarify. Hold on.
Okay.
No.
Horrified.
Heart attack there.
Not 3 hit points.
Okay.
Think of these as stats. When your ship has stats, and I'll get to that in just a little bit.
Don't worry, he's writing out a lot of stuff. He does not like what wizards did.
No, I don't. Not all of it. It's fine. It's a fine start. Look, the point being, your ship has decent speed. It has decent handling. It can get you where you want to go. It's not going to take a ton of damage before you're in some real trouble. So avoid that if you can. Basically, Klara might have her work cut out for her. There might be some really harrowing. There might be some you might be hammering in mid combat or something like that. Who knows? So anyway, Klara's going to get to know this ship and everything about it if she reads this book cover to cover.
And I think she would.
Okay.
She would probably try to start reading it below deck because she doesn't like the sun, and then get sick and switch to above.
Does Klara have motion sickness too?
Oh, probably.
Well, that's something I want to
dear.
check. That's something I want to
She's
check with
lived
everybody.
40 to 60% of her life underground.
That's fair. Here's what I want to do. And I was saving this, but I want to kind of see how people deal with day-to-day life on the ocean. And I think by the time you get to your the end of your first day, you'd probably know how your stomach reacts to this. So if everyone could give me a Constitution saving throw, and I would like Eliwrath and Variis to roll with advantage, please.
Yay, good. I was hoping. All right, so advantage, Constitution save.
My lord.
Nice.
Net 20, bitches!
I was
Sorry,
on the
I got
opposite
very
side
excited.
of that crit.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry.
almost everyone's gonna deal with this pretty well. Klara's gonna have some troubles. The kind of troubles that probably see her heaving over the side of the ship from time to time. Probably have a hard time keeping some food down. Probably just it's a little rough.
She's just like me.
Yep.
I'm glad I called it. I'm glad I knew going in.
No, that's
Based on the
perfect.
conversation that Klara and Variis had before, could Variis spend his extra time, like when he's not doing his quartermastering and navigation and everything, could he spend his extra time assisting Klara?
Well, let's get your duties out of the way, real quick.
Okay.
Can I get a survival check from you?
Yes.
Let's get to navigating.
Alrighty. There
Oh,
we go.
Beautiful.
Almost a crit.
22. So, Variis is going to break out the sextant, and I guess that's what you'd use. I don't know. You're gonna look at your maps, and you probably got you probably got pencils and paper and stuff like that. You're jotting some math down, and you have worked out that if you were to continue at this pace, about 3 miles an hour for most of each day, it would take you 11 and a half days just to get to the closest dock to you, which is Westport in Talor. And from there, you could resupply, and you could try for Cod'ai. There are other options, though, if you'd like me to break them down for you.
Yes, please.
Okay. So with that, here, you know what? Let's open a map. Let's just open a map.
Ooh,
Yes.
a map.
Nap
Yes,
time.
yes,
So we have we have a world map, kinda. We do, but it's just not totally filled in yet. So let me see if I could share my screen with everybody. Somehow. There we go. Share screen. Boom. So everyone should be able to
There
see
we
that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that happy eel.
What?
It's a happy
Oh.
meal.
You'll happy.
Ruined forever. It's fine. It's just my life's work.
Italy is a boot.
It's but that's no one constructed Italy like that was like that was. I'm a finished Italy, and then like someone fucking pointed it out and hurt their feelings. Like it wasn't that.
I'm saying it's more realistic because it's shaped like a thing.
Anywho,
Fair point.
let's zoom in.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so you guys took off in this region here,
Okay.
and you were obviously the easiest way to get to Cod'ai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you guys got a hike. Now, you have a couple of options in that. So, for everyone who can't see this at home, they are sailing east. The next closest continent to them is Talor. And Westport is in this general region here. It is a demilitarized zone in Talor, which means it does not belong to the Githzerai, it does not belong to the Lion Folk. It is considered neutral territory. It is the only town in the entirety of the continent that is considered neutral territory. No one is allowed to attack each other there, so that's a safe place, quote-unquote, to dock. And you could resupply there, and that's 11 and a half days. From there, you guys have a choice to make. In the south, there's a hell of a lot of pirate activity, but it's a shorter run. So from Westport to Cod'ai, you're talking another 13, 14 days, something like that. But there's a higher likelihood that you will be pursued or might have to outrun somebody or something like that if you look like a viable target. You could also head north and go around the Happy Eel's face, which would take longer, but there are less reported pirate activity there.
Icebergs.
That's another thing. You have to deal with colder weather. You have to deal with potential, like, icebergs. You'd have to zigzag in between these islands here, which means you'd have to go slower. And then you could pick up speed heading back down south. But all said and done, you're looking at about 20 days or more of travel that way. So
And
that's
what was the first one again?
heading from Westport and then going south and heading around the continent of Talor to Cod'ai. So you're looking at like 14, 15 days, somewhere in there, depending on weather and stuff.
Question.
Yes.
This grouping of islands here up to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Since we're kind of heading laterally from Uman'Yaro, there's no like port or anything over in that area.
There's no place to resupply.
Okay.
There's no proper towns there. It's pretty rough terrain. There are places to dock, but that's more for like that would be strictly like a shore leave thing. Like everybody get out, stretch their legs, maybe go fishing, that type of thing. But it's not going to be like Westport where there's an actual place to like pick up fruits and veggies and meat and all the stuff you need.
And we're wanting to sail directly to Cod'ai, correct?
Yep, and then you got to figure out where in Cod'ai you want to land.
Right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I was like, well, we could just dock there in Westport, travel across the continent, pick up a different ship.
Wow.
I thought you meant bring the ship with us. Like,
Oh.
honey,
Pick
no.
it up, guys.
Everybody just pick it up.
Yep.
I mean, have you seen how jacked Eliwrath is? She can do this. Okay. Sorry, I'm just curious. I was like, all right, what are the alternatives here? Not that she might be able to piece that together, but...
So if
I mean,
this
you can talk to your
gets into
quartermaster.
if this goes into a discussion, Variis would propose that we go north, but when we restock, because we saved extra money with the initial buying the boat and everything, or buying the ship and everything, we'll be able to use that money to get all the equipment that we need, make sure everything's good, and go from there.
I feel like if it were discussion, Klara would honestly probably argue for south because pirates, though dangerous, would probably want to keep the ship intact, which means they wouldn't attack our flimsy-ass ship, whereas icebergs definitely would hit the flimsy-ass ship. So, like, it might be better to fight pirates than icebergs, and also save 5 days.
Super good point.
Okay.
And she would say that while, like, pointing to the book and be like, yeah, this ship is, it's not great.
But I did a great job.
You did. It's lovely. It goes real fast, and you know, but if we sneeze on it, it's gonna break.
I think by now everyone would notice some eccentricities with it, where like Marrek will be in the kitchen, and all the cabinet doors, depending on which way the ship's turning or banking, are just going to open and close. So while he's in there mixing something, he's like, "Boom, boom, 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 boom," where just cabinet doors are opening and closing everywhere, and like
fastest wolf out ever.
Klara's gonna install some latches for you later. She's gonna get some rope and make little buttons.
The captain's quarters? So, Eliwrath has a quarters, guys. Eliwrath has a captain's quarters.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking, I was like, you guys gave the smallest person the biggest room.
Well, it might just be as well, because one, the doorway is super short. About 4.5 feet tall.
And so she can just barely get her flail through then.
Yes.
But
also, everything in the room, everything. You're getting the sense that maybe the person who built this had some equilibrium issues, because while Eliwrath is sitting in a chair and tries to put something down, it'll start rolling to the left. And then she'll notice that everything in the room, the tables, the chairs, her bed, everything is askew by about 18 degrees. Just enough.
It's not even a little.
No, it's not a little. It's just enough that it's... At first, you probably figured it's like, oh, I'm just getting my sea legs. And then you're like, no, wait. Like, you kind of feel like you're going to fall out of bed a little bit. You kind of feel like you're... Like, it's just a little off.
That bothers me.
A lot of the floorboards creak. A lot of the... So, it's got character.
You know what? She'd probably just say, fuck it. She probably just assumes this is what all boats look like on the inside. Because, like, she's been around them, but she's probably like, yep, this is mine. Uh-huh. Yep.
Like there's a reason they're built this way. Like,
yeah,
it's
she just assumes. She's like, I mean, I'm not having a problem on this ship, so it must be because my bed goes slanty ways.
So there's also an officer's quarters for the rest of you guys. So like Eliwrath would have her own quarters, and then the officers would have their quarters, and then the crew would sleep below deck.
Okay.
So
Why does below deck sound so, like, ominous? Like,
It's
are there
not-
vampires down there or something? Because, like, you said it like, below deck.
Well, it's important to keep the crew separate from the officers.
Oh, I'm uncomfortable.
Would the cook? I feel like the cook may be, though, like, below deck. Like, it's from with the crew.
Well, I mean, while cooking, absolutely.
No, I just meant, like, I think they would be like, you're one of us.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, that depends on if you want to, like, you're an officer? Like,
I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I think Marrek gets to choose where he hangs out. He's his own person.
That's true. We'll see how that plays out.
Him being a person? Yeah.
If there's, like, room, Eliwrath would probably offer if people want to sleep in there with her. They can. But if they don't want to, that's fine, too.
But we're all taller than the door, so it's kind of like an empty offer. Like,
It
oh,
is.
yeah,
She's
you
like,
can
I'm trying to be nice, but, like, good
Yeah.
luck.
It's like when I offered Jason some of my pineapple pizza.
Ah.
there you go.
Variis would jump at the chance.
To sleep in the captain's quarters.
Yes. Like, it'd probably, like, halfway through the question, like, hey, if you want, you could come over. Yes. And just start going.
Okay. I figured that's probably where we're having this discussion about roots anyway. Was on the slanty desk.
Yeah.
Well, if it's going to take us 11 and a half days to get to Westport, maybe we can see what it's like when we get to Westport before we make any decisions between north and south. I mean, there could be all kind of things happening at Westport we don't know about.
Right.
That could make things easier or harder, or I don't know, for that matter, maybe we could bolster the ship while we're there if we had time. I'm really, really concerned about time. I really want to make sure that we stay ahead of the Royals.
Okay, but like, I also think when we get there, we might want to like take a day there, like a whole day, and she'll kind of like pat Klara on the back if she can reach it.
Oh, she looks like 7 times grayer than normal.
Like, she'll be like, you know, to get her land legs back.
She'll like kind of do a little like muffled belch as you are patting her on the back.
Oh, that's right. Just let it out. You should have heard me last night.
Well,
Yeah,
listen, sorry, go ahead. No, you.
Avalan's like shuffling around this captain's quarters. He's touching everything, and he has this look on his face, and he says, "Everything feels off."
Like it's slanty ways?
Yes, everything I touch feels off.
No, it's that's the way it is, because it's what a captain's room is.
Clara's just gonna like raise an eyebrow. And then I imagine, okay, I actually picture that Klara has like a little notebook and she's writing things down, like fix the kitchen cabinet doors and research the gates. And she's just gonna like slowly write, fix captain's quarters.
I feel like every time Klara moves to a new section of the ship, it's like there's a brand new list started. It's like, oh boy, like it's, you know.
Yeah. Like, she's keeping tabs. She wants to make this as nice as possible. They're going to be spending, like, probably, like, a month and maybe a month and a half in here. Like,
it all depends on if things cooperate.
Exactly. So she wants to try to fix it as much as possible whenever she can. Yeah.
Well,
starting with this table, and then she's going to take out a little song. Just
wait, don't touch my table!
I got it just the way I want it.
I just figured out how to put, like, my rolly bits in places where they don't roll.
What are your rolly? Oh, God.
I'm assuming she has things that she takes out of her backpack that roll. I don't know.
I thought she had balls for a second. I was like, oh,
Well,
we're
she
learning
does.
new things. Okay.
Her
Of
flail.
steel.
Oh, right. Well, that's got spikies. That'll hold it down.
Yeah.
I have a question about the captain's quarters. You described the doors being like 4.5 feet tall. How tall is like the table? Like, are we all towering over it except for Eliwrath, or is it?
No, it's normal
tall for Eliwrath?
sized. It's just weird. Like it's just everything's kind of like. Do you ever watch a child draw a picture of a house in crayon?
I'm glad you finished that sentence, because otherwise it would be really creepy.
Do you ever just watch a child? No. Do you ever just watch a child draw like it's like, this is my house, and it's like, your proportions are all off. Now imagine that was a blueprint for somebody. That's what happened, basically.
Gotcha. So Klara, she has her little saw out, because I do have carpenter's tools. So, and she's gonna be like, do you want me to make it your height?
What is my height? I'm assuming she thinks you're talking about the door.
No, she means, and then she's gonna like gesture to the table and be like, I fix.
I fix.
It's my job. I am the boatress.
Sure.
All right, she's gonna fix the table by cutting all the thingies to be the same length, all the legs.
Can I just say,
Hmm?
someone out there might be in the Navy. Or they might be a crab fisherman
I'm gonna
or
keep
something.
calling myself the boatress.
I apologize thoroughly for what we're about to do to your profession for the next who knows how many episodes.
Oh, God.
It's not intentional. we're just idiots like that.
Yeah, no, very
Very
stupid.
much so.
Yeah,
I do
I'm on
know
the poop
about
deck.
bosun though. I want to keep calling her Botress.
that's fine.
Who said poop deck?
We've all avoided it.
You've all done such a good job. Mostly because I don't know what to actually apply it to. I just know the word.
Is that just the top?
I think it's like the top and the back, like the back of the top.
There's a
Uh,
back?
Actually, I got a map for you guys. Do you want a map? Would that
Yeah.
help?
Oh,
Would that
yeah.
help? Okay.
Yes.
But very important. Did I fix the table?
Do me a favor. On your skills,
Mm-hmm.
roll your carpenter's tools.
Oh, there they are. I got a +3.
17. Yep, you're good.
Sweet. I fixed your table, Eliwrath. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Now it's your height. It'll be great.
Cool. She's still gonna sit in her slanty chair.
Yeah,
She's
why
not gonna
wouldn't
let you know that it's slanty as well.
Que sera, sera. I fixed the table.
Marrek's going to mention to Eliwrath that it seems as though after your quarters were built, someone built the boat around it at a slightly odd angle.
What? Honest reaction. What?
And just wink.
Oh, okay.
That joke was a bit high concept for Eliwrath, I feel.
It went a little over her head.
Like most doors, except for this one.
Yes. There it is.
Yeah, because you're short.
Hey,
There we go.
I'm not
So
sure.
this is essentially what you guys are working with.
Wait, where's the poop deck? This doesn't help me at all.
I think they call that the main deck.
Oh.
I think.
Forecastle.
Which one do we swab?
All of you don't swab shit. Your crew
I
does.
don't swab poop dick.
Ah.
Wow.
Right. Forecastle is a really cool word. I like it.
Yeah.
So if you guys really wanted to get into this, you could memorize all this, and then during combat or something, you could tell people to get to where they need to be and all that shit.
There's a ballista. Do we actually have one?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Hell
So-
yeah.
At a certain point, while you guys are talking in the captain's quarters, you're going to hear a heavy pounding, like a big knock, outside of the door.
Come in. Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, Klara looks over to the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all look to the captain.
Entree.
Oh, was that her trying to be fancy?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Do you lean back in your slanted
I
chair?
apologize for everybody who actually.
This is amazing.
She's putting.
By the way, when Klara's finished fixing the table leg, she's not gonna stand back up. She's just gonna sit on the floor, kind of like miserable because she feels sick. But at least she accomplished something.
Okay. Is that a real question, Mandy?
Yes.
Ask
Do-
it out loud.
Where are the bathrooms? Because I don't want to poop on the actual poop deck.
Oh,
Do we
man.
poop?
There's a place called the Privy, which is a number of holes lined up on a bench next to each other in the lower deck, and you sit next to your friends and poop.
Oh, I see it. Number 9.
Okay, so
on the
that's
map.
urinal
Right.
rules, right? That's urinal rules, where it's like, okay, you leave
Every
one
other
hole.
poop hole.
Yeah.
I would
Well-
never be able to poop. I just clench up.
Oh,
Well, look,
I go in there when there's no one in there and then block the door.
there's no door. Oh, there's no
What?
door.
What?
No, they're just holes.
Okay, Klara's gonna put on a door.
Well, okay, add it to the list.
all right.
Does it go down to 13? Is that why that's nothing in there? Is it just full poop?
I'm gonna say, let's say it empties out into the sea.
Okay.
Let's say-
13 is
okay.
the armory.
Wow.
that's where you pick up your poop
You need a
balls. and your-
discharge permit for that, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's see how. I'm not going to say that we're talking full stalls, but let's see how much privacy you got. Let's see. The Avalan, do me a favor. Give me a
Yes,
flat
the king of
D20.
privacy.
Yeah. A 7.
Ooh.
So the way this is lined up, you'll have a bench on the back side of the ship here in the front, and then you'll have a bench on the other side, so you could stare into someone's eyes while you're doing it, and you'll have like
why though?
You'll have like 6 inches of wood next to each hole, so like there's the tiniest bit of privacy, but not really.
Wait, so like armrests
Almost, yes.
for your booty
Almost,
to hide your booty? Clara is going to install doors. That's on the list. I have a list going.
Okay.
Add doors to privy is one of them.
We will do that. So you guys are going to hear a knock at the at the captain's quarters, and Eliwrath gave the old entree. I'm going to roll a D. Okay. So this door is going to open, and one of the hinges is going to go, but not both.
One of the what?
Hinges.
Sorry, I heard hanges.
It took hinges.
Took me a second. Got it. Hinges. Sorry. Clara's going to write that down.
So, this large female lion folk is going to duck down. She's like 6.5 feet tall or so. So, she is going to duck down and scoot into this room. And following her is going to be this elderly human man. And the elderly human is going to speak up. So sorry, Captain, but we have a couple of requests from the crew.
Okay.
Well, we haven't been told exactly where we're sailing yet, in terms of our next port of call.
Eliwrath will kind of like look down at the map and point at Westport, and with like as much authority as she thinks she has, she's like, "We are going here to Westport," and there will only be the briefest of side glances to Variis to make sure that she said that right.
Variis will nod his head like very abruptly. Yep.
You're going to hear this female lionfolk grunt, so okay. This elderly man's going to speak up again. I apologize, Captain. My name's Yarly. This here's Zalu.
Hello. I'm Eliwrath.
And he's going to hold his hand out to shake.
Oh, she'll definitely shake it.
Yeah. Zalu is not. She's going to have her arms crossed the entire time.
Oh. Well,
Damn it.
playing hard to get. I get it. It'll be fine.
Yarly is going to place a hand, because he's like 5'3", somewhere in there, kind of older, hunched over a little bit. My compatriot here is concerned about stopping in Westport. Maybe you could talk it over and ease her concerns.
She'll probably like kind of glance around, and she'll just be like, "Okay, what concerns?" And she'll try and be like straight, just like, like sit up with authority. Sure.
Sorry, I was answering questions.
No, I know, I saw them. That's why I was like,
Sorry.
That
I
seems
didn't want to do the
excessive.
full thing, so I'm just wondering.
No. While you're talking this over, perhaps I could speak to the ship's bosun.
She's gonna grab the edge of the table and like pull herself up. And I see that you're separating me from my furry love. And we're gonna persevere. We're like Romeo and Juliet, and I'm coming back.
You're stuck on a ship. Don't worry about it. You'll have plenty of opportunity.
I'm like 30% joking. Anyway, and she'll nod and take out her fucking little notepad and follow him.
Yeah, so he's going to lead you below deck to look at the armory, because there's a problem with old Blasty, which is the name of the cannon that you guys have, the one lone cannon. And yeah, he'll take. So anyway, Zalu is concerned, and she's going to wait till Yarly's gone. Are you aware of how dangerous stopping in Westport is?
We thought that it was neutral territory, like people weren't allowed to fight or whatever. There.
In the most technical terms, yes. If we're just stopping and resupplying, it should be fine, but I would not explore.
Oh, yeah, no, we were just thinking of resupplying and getting back on our way, because, like, we want to get to Cod'ai, as I'm sure you are aware. And so we figured we could get there, and she'll kind of, like, unless somebody stops her, like, tell the plan, which for right now is to kind of get the feel of either north or south, and then determine their route from there. So she explains that to
Zalu.
Yeah, Zalu. Sorry, I almost said Yalu, and I was like, nope, I'm just combining the two.
Yeah. That's their ship name. Ha, because you're on the ship. Zalu's gonna pause for just a moment. Jesus.
Sorry.
There is one more thing. There is a woman on the ship who is quite fond of monsters, hunting them specifically. She's going to lean in. I am not one to rat out a fellow crew member, but she's new, and she's looking for something exceptionally large. She wants to bring it to the ship to study it.
How large?
Very large.
Okay. Who is she?
Okay. She's looking at the rest of the crew here because she doesn't want to get a rep as someone who's a rat, basically. She doesn't want, like, the first day on the ship, she doesn't want to go, Captain, I'm telling, like, she doesn't want that. At the same time, you can tell that she's very deeply concerned, and okay, I don't want to be racist here. Lion folk have a tendency to be leaning slightly more superstitious than other races, and can exaggerate things in their head a little bit.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Sorry, that's adorable. Let's jump down deck for just a moment. And Yarly is going to give you a tour of the armory, and you're gonna see some ammunition here for the ballista, and you're going to and the ballista seems to be in decent working order. You guys have a cannon, and it seems to be out of commission, along with two other cannons that are just scrapped. And Yarly is going to tap on this cannon. This here is old Blasty. You notice anything?
Do I notice anything?
Give me, no, I almost said insight. Really read the emotions of the cannon. No, give me
How's it feeling? Is it sad?
Is it sad? Give me a perception.
Can I have advantage because I read my boat book?
You know what? Yes.
Good, because I have a -1 to perception. Hey, those were actually both good rolls, but
yeah, you dropped an 18, you take a 19. So you're going to notice that this cannon has seen better days. It's kind of beat to hell. It's going to need some restoration in order to be used. Actually, if you were to judge it now, it could cause a misfire and explode.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's no good. This is going to take some doing, some restoration.
Okay. Klara is going to nod. Oh, great. That looks dangerous. And then she'll move over and start like really inspecting it to see what exactly about it needs fixing. Like not just a general like, okay, this is definitely gonna cause a misfire or something like that, but like what needs to be fixed on old Blasty to make it blast over there instead of over here.
Instead of just erupt. Like just, yeah. So, okay. Clearly Klara has her work cut out for her on this ship. Let's cut back to things. So, let's say that Zalu gave you a description of the woman you're looking for, and then like maybe gave you it's like, hey, wait, give me like 10 minutes to get away from here before it just looks like she's getting called to the principal's office because of me. You know what I mean? Like just kind of and it would be a nice request, like not her telling you because you're the captain. No one tells you anything.
Oh my goodness. That's right. She's so authoritative.
Now, you as the captain have a couple of different options here. Mm-hmm. You could hand this off to your first mate to deal with.
Ooh.
You could, I mean,
That's
like,
me.
that's
Yes.
new, yeah. You could, there's a bunch of
That'll
different
go
things
well.
you could do. Might go great.
I actually
I
think
dare
it
you.
would go well. I feel like she would trust you to be like subtle.
Oh, shit.
But what are the other options?
Good choice.
Well, the other option is you talk to this person.
Okay.
Or not talk to them at all and just kind of keep an eye on the situation.
Once Zalu leaves, Eliwrath will probably like drop whatever, sure, she'll stop puffing out her chest a little bit because she knows you guys know her, and she's like, okay, so, if I'm thinking right, and we all have to be here, we might not want to go right at this lady. And she's gonna probably be looking at like Marrek and Variis like, yeah.
Not go at this lady?
like
Like, wait a bit, right?
well, like, yes, thank you. Like, we don't want to go like at her and be like, why are you hunting monsters on my ship?
Here's what I think. I think until there's a monster to deal with, there's no big problem. And until that, in the meantime, we can just sort of suss it out. There's nothing happening at the moment. It doesn't mean it's not important. It just means let's take it as it comes.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you. That's what I was trying to
We're
say.
just getting going. Yeah, we've just started our trip. Hopefully there's no large monster underneath the ship that would cause any problems of any sort anyway. Let's just see what happens.
And if we play our cards right, we could always say that Cod'ai probably has some pretty ancient old monsters. We could maybe bring her along instead of setting her loose on Cholur when we have to get going.
Honestly, it sounds like a great idea for the way back.
Okay. Is there a way we can try and figure out what kind of monster she might be looking for? Just based on, like, inference from the conversation with Zalu?
Okay, so you're looking for something big.
Yeah.
And you know that it's probably something of note, like something. So do me a favor.
Okay.
Let me see. Eliwrath. Like, okay, if you're all talking about this, everyone but Klara, give me a wisdom check.
Solid. Oh my goodness!
nice.
I am the captain of the ship!
Jeez.
Captain, my captain.
Wow, okay. Everyone's doing so well today.
Jason, you just...
Shut up, Jason.
What? I'm saying... Wow.
Love you.
Love you too. I was trying to be nice. I think after Zalu leaves, I think everyone would kind of look at each other and realize what this woman might be trying to bring to the ship. There's a creature, and it's been known to frequent the waters between Alara and Talor, called the Romeho. Now, the Romeho is a mass of tentacles hundreds of feet long. And what it does is it has these huge mandibles that capture ships. And then it has these giant spider-like teeth that rip portions of it apart until it can devour it whole. There are very few crews that claim to have seen it and lived.
Oh.
Cool.
It's like a Loch Ness Monster sighting. It's the boogeyman of the sea, basically.
Okay, so Marrek's gonna to point that all that out, right? Like, okay, so if this is what we're thinking about and looking at, I mean, number one, it might not even exist. Number two, if this person's actually kind of after it to try to find out and do some research on it, they might actually know something about it and about how maybe to defeat it or at least circumvent it. So I don't know that we've got a problem here. I think we may have probably the one person who, if we did get into trouble, might know something about this. I can kind of snoop around and see if I can dig out anything. Meaning, I can just kind of like poke around and talk to the monster lover.
Did we get a name?
It didn't seem as though...
Oh, we just got a description of the woman.
Yeah, it didn't seem like she really knew her. Like,
Okay.
She said, like, oh, she's new.
I mean, it wasn't like, a really nice lady with an eye patch that...
Nah.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
Nah, nothing like that.
That would have been too great. Okay. But yeah, so if Marrek kind of proposes that, I think Eliwrath would probably nod, because I don't know if she really, trusts herself to move forward with that. So she was hoping that one of you guys would. Because her approach, as I'm sure you're aware, is very much punch it in the face until it does what I want.
I think that's right. And I think Marrek is offering. It's like, you know what? It's not as though there's a monster outside. It's just that there's somebody who's interested in monsters. Let me do some poking around. Let me see what I can find. I mean, if he's going to be cooking and sort of serving people, and he'll probably end up getting to know people a little bit, and just be able to ask around over the next day or two, and snuff out some info.
That's what Lisa was thinking. So I was like, oh man, he could be kind of like the bartender in this situation where it's like he just overhears a lot of stuff. But Eliwrath would not know that or how to put that into words. So,
right.
Does that sound good with you guys? And she's going to point at like Iris and Avalan and Variis. Just like, yeah.
Sounds fine, Ma. I'll see what I can dig up too. People like to talk to their doctor, right?
Oh.
Good point.
See, you're so smart. Also, can you make like a tea or something to help Klara's tummy?
Already on it.
Okay, thank you guys. She doesn't seem to be doing so good.
Marrek's he's gonna like awkwardly at first, but then kind of compose himself, and he's gonna salute, and then he's gonna kind of smile, but he's gonna mean it. It's gonna be genuine, and then he's gonna point to the door with his thumb, like, "Can I go?" Like,
she will she'll scowl at you and just like get.
He'll salute again and again, and then sort of get.
That was in character.
Plebes.
Avalan will say, I'm not sure what my duty as first mate is, but I will serve you wholeheartedly. He kind of blinks at you. And he does a salute too.
Oh God, is this like a thing now? And she'll like do it. I guess she's like, fine. I think that you and I, apparently, so I think like you're supposed to be like helping me and helping the crew and whatnot. Like if they can't talk to me, and she'll kind of like look at Variis like, this is what I'm remembering from watching the ships.
Oh, Variis is zoned out. He's went back to the maps.
Okay, cool. Thanks, bro. So she'll probably just be like, could maybe like, I guess just go like see if the crew needs any help.
I will do that.
Okay. Cause like I don't want them to think we're like just sitting here twiddling like our thumbs or just like, you know, doing nothing. Cause like I don't like that, and they probably wouldn't like that, and I don't know if you want to.
I want to do anything you tell me to do.
Okay.
Eyes wide, staring at you.
Okay. Yeah.
After you say yeah, he just leaves instantly,
Okay.
ready to do your bidding.
Oh my goodness.
So, let's have a series of checks. Let's see how your first full day at sea is going to be. Klara, what's the first thing? I mean, beyond that table in Eliwrath's captain's quarters, what's the first thing that you think Klara would want to tend to here? You got a big old list.
Okay, I feel like the first thing would probably be Old Blasty, just because one of the crew asked her to fix it.
Okay.
And she wants everyone to know that she's doing her best to listen to everybody.
Okay.
But then right after that would be the kitchen cabinet doors for Marrek, because she doesn't want him to turn into a werewolf and kill everybody.
Okay.
Oh,
One thing at a
smart.
time.
Yeah.
One thing at a time. Can I get you to roll with your tools, please?
Okay. Advantage?
No.
Oh. 9.
I think it's just one of those things where you're going to work on it for a few hours, and you're going to look up and realize, oh man, it's like the dead of night, and I got a ways to go here. This is going to be a time-consuming thing, but it does. I think you've gotten to the point now where it's probably not going to explode if someone uses it, so that's cool. Let's jump back to Marrek here. Marrek is going to cook a meal. Let's say Marrek's going to cook dinner for everybody.
Yes.
Could I get you to use your cook's utensils, please?
Cook's utensils.
They're in your skills.
They are in my skills. May I? Okay, fine. I'm not going to keep asking for advantage or for proficiency, etc.,
Well,
etc.
here's what I'm going to do.
I did own a restaurant.
You did. I'm going to give you a choice.
Okay.
So you're at sea, which is a different experience. It's a cramped space, and you got these cabinets just banging and slamming. Now, you can either take disadvantage on this roll and potentially start to upset the crew a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just eat all that in stress.
Okay, lay this out for me again. So,
Sure. So essentially you're prepping a meal for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically a banquet because you're feeding 21 people.
Yeah. I already know what I'm making too, by the way.
Oh, great. I want to.
Let's get through this.
I want to see you make it well. Now, you can either roll with a disadvantage because you're at sea and you're bobbing around and it's a tight space and all these cabinets are slamming, or you can treat it as if Marrek, it's like, okay, I've been in high pressure situations before in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
I can deal with this. And you're just going to eat a whole bunch of stress points instead.
Got it. I'm going to eat stress points because this is going to be the big first impression, and Marrek's going to absolutely know. Definitely having owned a restaurant, there's this is make or break, right? Especially at the very beginning. Once they've come in and they've enjoyed it one time, they'll come in a few more times, right? All right, here we go. That's a 19.
I saw a 3, but okay.
What?
I saw a 3 too. Yeah.
Okay.
That was
That's-
weird.
16.
But hey, I think the
But we'll take the 19.
Yeah.
It's fine. So,
I can do
okay.
it again.
No. It's fine.
I think that's just the animation, and then this is like the actual number generation.
So, you have a kitchen's assistant, if it makes you feel any better.
It does. I get somebody to boss around. That can take some stress away.
Well, yes and no. You have...
I try.
Here's the thing. You have a male Eladrin named Reed Willingsley. Very stuck up. Very up his own ass. Very kind of snide.
Oh, we
So-
rolled well on the
Oh, that
people
doesn't-
we're working with.
Here's the thing. He's an excellent chef, or sous chef in this case. Knows his shit. Just, bit of a dick.
No one's gonna play against type in the Eladrin, are they? There was that cleric lady. She was cool.
Yeah, shit. Faces was cool.
Faces was nice.
Reed is
The
a
end of the
pers-
list.
Yeah, well, Reed is a person who you get the strong impression that it's like, look, I've worked to become this good. Don't question me. Like that type of thing. This cabinet shit is going to get on Reed's nerves, by the way. Like it's going to... Like he's going to pull Marrek aside probably. It's like, I'm not used to working in these conditions.
Right. Well, these are your conditions, and I need you to get me that, and I need you to get me that, and I need you to do that for me now. He's just going to go straight back into
God.
being a chef.
Damn, Marrek. Boy.
Here's what I
I feel
need
a
you to
lot
do.
less bad about the cabinets now. I'm kind of glad they were still like that.
Well, hold on to that thought. So, 19 is fantastic. You're going to whip up a great meal, but obviously this comes at a cost. I need you to do me a favor and roll a d4. Now, this is not for your stress, so just let's get ready. Just a d4 for me.
1.
1. Damn. Okay. Well, roll 1d4, and
Wow.
we'll.
Wow. Wow. Wow, Jason.
2 points of stress damage to Marrek.
You dink. Voting against us. And your friend Jasper.
I love Jasper. I just want to make things interesting for him.
I like interesting.
I'm trying, but Bree's fighting me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna whip up this beautiful meal, and everyone's gonna be really happy with it. So, I would say it's probably a thing where it's nighttime, things have calmed down a bit. You have people on lookout and stuff like that, but it's not as hustly and bustly as it usually is, and you probably have a chance to eat with everybody. And I'd like to establish some sort of routine. This is up to Eliwrath. Is Eliwrath the type of captain who wants everyone to eat together and, or at the very least for the first night, just kind of get to know everyone? Or...
Unless somebody tells her different, she's just going to assume that everybody's going to eat together. So yeah,
Okay.
she doesn't see why people wouldn't, because like, why not?
So, dinner bell's gonna ring, and people are going to finish up what they're doing, or most people are gonna finish up what they're doing. There's a couple of people who are kind of hanging out. There's a lookout named Augie. Now, Augie is on the shorter side of halfling, but Augie's in the crow's nest, and he's got these real thick Coke bottle glasses. And every once in a while, he'll kind of like peer out with his looking glass and kind of check around. And Augie is real big on due diligence. So every 5 minutes, Augie will just shout down to everybody, "I don't see anything!
I
Still
love
don't see anything!" Like every 5 minutes. And the crew, for the most part, seems to have gotten used to it. So it's, they're just like, this guy, fine.
He's a good man doing his job.
Yeah, he's just very, And you're going to notice this woman in purple garb, big billowy like robes and stuff like that, hanging out in the front of the ship. And it looks like she's tossing something into the water.
Oh no, she's not chumming the water. Get fuck. Sorry.
Bum bum bum.
So let me make sure I get the scene straight. So basically, the dinner bell is rung. Everybody's getting food except for these couple of other people who are kind of hanging out. Correct?
Yes.
Is at this point is Klara? This is a question for Klara. Are you doing dinner, or are you still working on the cannon? Knowing that dinner was probably not a great thing for your tummy is my question.
My understanding is I worked through the night, so I'm busy.
Well, I mean, you could eat dinner.
Well,
like I picture you coming out from like the armory and like you're coated in grease and stuff like that. You're just filthy, and it's like I'm working hard look.
Yep. And sick, so like looks terrible.
It's miserable. Yeah.
So, Klara, your choice. But what I would like to be able to do is bring Klara something other than the dinner that was made. That's a little bit easier to deal with, like just some plain bread and like half a banana. Just easy stuff that's on for seasick stuff. Marrek would try to go find Klara at least, and if Klara's on her way out, then that's great.
Yeah, she'd probably like come for dinner then.
Okay.
Also, you can totally tell you have children.
That's
I
good
know
dad
exactly
stuff right
what
there.
you give your kids when they're sick.
Yeah,
now.
it's like, this is probably going to come back up. Just trying to make that easy on you, you know. But two other things. Marrek is going to make sure that he prepares in whatever way he can do it that doesn't feel like it's slop. Oh, I didn't tell you what he's making. He's making a
slop.
No. What? He's making slop.
Yeah. So there's a big trough that everyone sidles up to.
Right. Everybody's just on your knees. Just no hands. Just go. This is going to be very simple and very easy to make for a large group of people, but also a delight. This is going to be a parsley and shrimp and garlic risotto. It's simple. It's super, super simple. Very easy to do. White wine. It's only going to take like maybe 20, 25 minutes for the whole thing to come together. And everybody's going to absolutely want more. That's all there. And just some bread on the side. The other thing about this is that it is really good, especially since not everybody's been sailing for days. This is like the first go around for some like big meal. It is going to be pretty good on your stomach. Like it's not going to be too bad. What Marrek wants to be able to do though is make sure that Augie, I don't know if there's a rope or if there's like a little pulley or something like that to be able. There probably is something to be able to get tools.
There's
or
almost
whatever.
like a dumbwaiter type of thing. Like,
yeah. He's just going to make sure he's not even going to say anything like, "Hey, look at me." He's just going to like make it happen so that food kind of appears for Augie. Like, what's this? You know, and it's going to be like a steaming bowl of delicious risotto and like a little flask of something.
So like very muffled in the distance above you, you're going to hear like a, "Oh, thank you!"
Marrek's going to just give him a big thumbs up. And I'm assuming that Marrek noticed, or I'd like for Marrek to have noticed, the purple robes person up at the front.
I would say, yeah, like kind of billowy in the wind and stuff like that. Kind of in that I'm king of the world spot.
Yes.
So he's going to, on his way past where the crow's nest would be, he's just going to sort of make his way up while everybody's eating. He's gonna say, he's not even going to say anything. He's going to get maybe, I don't know, 6-7 feet behind it and just cough.
She is going to drop something. And you're gonna... So, okay, I would say right now things are very calm. You're probably not at like full sail or anything like that. So it's very you're almost dead calm in the water. You're moving, but it's slow, and you're going to hear a plunk like far below. And she's going to jump, and turn around and look at Marrek like. She's trying to regain composure very quickly, like, oh, hello. Like that like, oh, you remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when the cop catches him tagging something and he's like, oh, it's deodorant. Like, it's that.
Nothing. Marrek's just going to say, I really hope that wasn't the risotto.
No. Hi! She's gonna hold her hand out to Marrek.
Marrek will reach out and he'll just say, I'm Marrek.
I'm Thorin Opal Dawnstar.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
I knew immediately.
Yes! Oh my god! Sorry.
Fuck that whole clan. A pox on their house. I love you, Ian, but
it's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Jasper.
We're gonna have to be on a boat with that voice
Yeah,
for
that's
at least a month. Oh, I'm not okay with that. Throw her over the board.
I'm
Kill her.
so okay with it. I love it.
No, throw her over. We're done.
Marrek's his left eye is going to wince, just like if a horn blares near you. You know what I mean? Like, ow. And he's going to say, it is a pleasure to meet you. Listen, dinner is served. I'm just wondering what you're up to up here at the bow.
Oh, well, the conditions are just right. It's so still and calm out. God, she's almost like Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes.
So she's.
Have her say Affleck.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I was. Well, can you keep a secret?
She's screaming it anyway.
I picture like in the night, like, okay, this beautiful night, like anybody, even below deck, you could probably hear a faint, like, it's like, who's screaming? Like, yeah, it's a voice that carries. It cuts through, like, it's just,
Just cuts through the air.
It's like that mom character from Big Bang Theory. She's just always in the other room. You never actually see her.
Oh, yep.
Marrek's going to say, very earnestly, I will do my very best.
I'm on the hunt for a legendary creature. If I could find it and study it, I could really make a name for the Dawnstar clan.
Wow, that's amazing. How did you find out about this creature? And how do you know it's the right time and conditions? I mean, you sound like an expert.
Oh, I wish. I've just done a lot of reading on the subject. I won't lie to you. The Dawnstar clans hit a little bit of a rough patch recently. I lost my brother somewhere, and hopefully I'll run into him again someday, but I thought I could maybe bring some honor to the family name again. And, you know, I have to say that hasn't gone over so well with the crew yet. There's a very large lion folk lady who keeps side-eyeing me, but I swear, it is a very misunderstood creature. I'm sure it wouldn't do us any harm.
I'm sure you're right. It sounds like an amazing way to be able to bring honor to your family and to really just make something of yourself, and it's amazing. Is there anything I can do to help? Tell you what, why don't you come have some dinner with everybody first, and and then we can chat about it again later. He's trying to get her away from the bow.
Right. If you're worried about me neglecting my duties, I of course am just going to do this in my off time.
What are your duties as part of the crew?
There's going to be the blankest stare in this woman's eyes.
Huh.
I'm not entirely sure. I heard that you were looking for people. Mostly I've been lifting things.
Well, I mean, lifting is incredibly important on boats, ships, whatever you call these things. So, well, good. I'm one of the people who have made this whole endeavor happen, and so we're grateful for you to be on board. Let's get you some dinner. And he's going to
you.
He's going to do his arm out, like take my arm,
okay,
the little hook.
Yeah. So, she'll take it and let you escort her to dinner. I really appreciate that. If you could, keep this under your hat for now, I'm sure. It's one of those things that when I can show this off, I'm gonna show, everyone's gonna see. It's just a big, cuddly fish at the end of the day.
I'm excited to find out more. He's being very earnest. He's being genuine, honestly, but he's also got another agenda of getting her away and also just biding time so he can figure out how the hell to manage this. This isn't as easy as throwing somebody overboard, and it's not as easy as starting a fight.
Well, clearly you aren't reading the chat, because that's what they're suggesting.
I'm not reading it at all. Right now, this is reconnaissance and removal of danger.
Before you guys get to the table, she's going to ask, do you have anything pungent, really smelly? I think it's attracted to something smelly.
Ooh, Marrek's going to say, I've just gotten used to the galley. I kind of feel like there might be some things in here. Why don't we talk tomorrow?
Oh, that would be very helpful. Thank you so much. Marrek, right?
Marrek, yeah, that's it. It's a pleasure. And your name again?
It's Thoreen. Thoreen Opal Dawnstar of the Dawnstar clan.
Of course, Thoreen. It is a pleasure. And Marrek is going to find an empty seat between a couple of other people. And he's going to make it be like, oh, this one's for you.
And she'll... she's going to take a seat and kind of, scooch in. And you're going to notice, the two members of the crew that she sits next to are instantly going to, scooch away from her just a tiny bit. Just almost imperceptible, but it's like, oh.
Marrek's going to go about his business and keep serving people and making sure everybody's taken care of. There will be very, very, very light tea served as after the risotto has begun.
Oh, boy. Okay. How's about this? A couple more things, and we're going to wrap things up. You guys have had a lovely meal. You have mostly had a pretty good first day. You're getting to know everybody. I need our navigator. I need our navigator to give me a survival check.
On it, boss.
Got this.
Beautiful. 15. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, you guys are on your way to Westport. You're getting to know the crew. Everything seems to be pretty calm and peaceful. Now, I need one of you to give me a flat D20 to see how the seas are going to treat you. Now, who hasn't rolled here today? I feel like Mandy hasn't rolled anything today.
I rolled a wisdom roll and stuff.
Mandy,
I feel like it's Mandy.
Damn it.
Just remember, almost everyone in this call will see you in a couple days.
Oh, great.
Very true.
Okay,
Very
D20,
true.
huh? Flat
Just
D20.
a flat D20.
Boom. Hey, 12.
Not bad.
Bad, not bad.
I'll take that.
Okay. Do me a favor, give me another D20.
Me again?
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Okay. Not as good. 7.
Okay. Give me one more D20.
Jason, you suck.
No, I don't.
One more D20. Oh, mother, it's going down. It's a 3, guys.
No. That last one, you wanted a low roll. You're good.
Oh, okay.
While you guys are eating,
Oh boy.
while you guys are eating, you're gonna smell something. You're gonna smell smoke. And it's coming from the kitchen area. And I would say it's one of those things where everyone's eating and having a good time, and it's like, oh no, like it just instantly run to the kitchen. And the good news is that this is a very small fire. We're talking like a grease fire situation. Now, I'm guessing this is under Marrek's jurisdiction.
Yeah. I mean, he would be. This has probably happened daily at his restaurant, right? In some way, shape, or form. So
Yeah, right.
he's used to being like, "Ah," and then just running to take care of it. That doesn't mean he's got advantage. I don't mean that. I'm not trying to argue for that. Simply that it would be almost like muscle memory of trying to know what to do here.
Right. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you roll to put this out. The higher your roll, the more quickly and efficiently you're going to put this fire out. And the more quickly and efficiently you put this fire out, the less damage is done to the ship, obviously. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair. What would I be rolling? Would it be acrobatics, athletics?
Acrobat, you are going to dance and jump around this fire.
I think this is athletics. I think he's going to be running from one side of the room to another to try to make sure that this is taken care of.
I would say, there's a cat screaming outside of my door. That's what I would say right now. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say give me a con. Just a flat con. Because this is like you running in and just like, oh shit, like you're trying to put this fire out but not burn yourself, and like, this is you quickly diving into the situation. And maybe you burn your fingertips a little bit, but nothing too bad. But let's do it.
So straight up.
Just a straight up con. That's it.
All right.
You got it.
18.
18. Beautiful.
Nice.
You're going to get to this fire so quickly that it's almost completely contained. You did a great job. Nothing is going to be really damaged. This is just scrubbing things away and cleaning it. Like, you're going to notice that there might be a little smoke damage here and there, but nothing bad. You're fine. You did a great job.
That could have been very bad. It could have been this could have been the end of Arc 3.
If it got crazy out of control, yeah, but like...
We're floating on water. How bad could it get?
Oh, right, yeah. No, that's a good point.
Yeah, exactly.
Ships don't burn.
Yeah.
Never.
There's an
Also,
ocean.
We learned back in Arc 2 that we could just boil salt water and drink it.
Yeah, exactly.
Lisa said it was fine.
That sigh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now Lisa's gonna hit me when I go.
Lisa, that's how everyone who knows about boats has felt this entire episode.
Yup.
So, like,
Yes.
there's a small serving of that for you from your boatress.
There
I was
is-
just like, oh,
There's like one woman out there listening to this. They keep saying boats, and it's killing her inside.
boats, boats, boats.
Boats, boats, boats. I got that reference.
What's the reference?
It's How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boats,
I
boats,
never
boats.
watched that show.
Oh, you should. It's pretty good until the end.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, like, that's a really bad pitch. Is like, yeah, it's really unsatisfying. It's like,
Well,
I think I'm good.
It's fine.
I'm not gonna watch
Ted,
that or Lost, like,
oh no, I wouldn't compare it to
or The
Lost.
Sopranos. Never gonna-
Ted isn't the good guy by the end of it. He's just not, and it's
No.
tough to defend him. Actually, he comes off kind of rapey in some situations. Yeah. Anywho, Augie.
Augie.
I love him.
Augie's gonna shout down. We got a ship coming up on us! And in the far distance, you're gonna see a very large sailing ship. And we're talking, this thing's miles behind you. Could I get a perception check from you guys? And I'm imagining you're using spy glasses. Oof.
Nope.
Oof.
I need Augie's glasses.
22.
Clara's trying to
15.
look, but like while vomiting. So
Aww.
dead center 10.
I think there's
Aw.
good reasons for yours.
Iris and Marrek are going to recognize the ship far behind you as the Splendid Superior. This is
Oh,
the ship belonging to the Royals. And it
Damn
would
it.
appear as though they have the same idea as you. And I think that's a good time for us to stop for the evening.
Ugh!
Mm.
I don't even know what we're gonna do about that. I gotta think about that one.
Let's end it. Let's end it. I got old Blasty working.
Yeah, let's just turn it around. Turn our boat around.
Look, we're already murderers. Come on. Let's,
Listen,
Not all of you!
Loose term.
how about we
nothing
hold the
brings
labels?
friends together like a secret. Come on.
How about we hold the labels until court of law?
That's fair.
You
You know
have to
what?
be convicted
Wait.
first.
Let's shoot
Alleged.
that Dawn Star bitch at them.
They can have her.
2 birds, 1 stone. Let's go.
Watch her be super useful. You don't even know.
Let's call up her pet, Romeo, and have it, like, stick it on that ship.
Do you guys want to see a sketch?
Yes.
Yes.
Jasper and I have seen this thing. This is not fun.